I forgot to film an introduction to this model kit. Today I'm building a Metal Greymon model kit from Bandai, and I started off building Greymon's jaws.
He wanted to do it more American style.
I shot this video in February 2024 and I'm recording this video in August 2025. I decided to do something different and try filming on top of my bed instead of on my art desk just to see if the camera angle would look better. And to make the video go a little faster, I decided to skip showing myself cutting out the parts and only show myself assembling them.
Man's weakness, succumbing to Wonder Woman is what starts the war.
Exactly.
While I was building this kit, I watched a movie on my TV at the same time just to keep myself occupied, so sound from my TV will seep in. Hopefully that doesn't cause a content ID issue that causes this video to get blocked. I think I was listening to the commentary for the animated Flashpoint movie.
Nope. Because it's a ticking clock going on.
Yes. Ultimate ticking clock.
And it was actually better.
Just to let viewers know, I'm way more familiar with Pokemon than Digimon, so if I say something factually inaccurate about Digimon, I apologize for my mistake. I chose this model kit mainly because it looked cool, the same reason I chose the Ultraman kit.
I guess it just goes on top for now. I don't see any part hinges on.
Here I show off the eye parts and the stickers that'll go over them. Unlike my Ultraman video, I decided not to skip putting on stickers this time. I decided to put the eye stickers on before I cut them out. I don't know why I did that, and I don't know if it would have made a difference if I did it the other way around. I first saw Digimon as a kid, probably while channel surfing, and randomly found a show that seemed like a Pokemon copycat. I watched a few episodes, but I didn't become much of a fan over Digimon like I was with Pokemon. I wasn't even aware that there were Digimon video games or that it started off as a digital pet like the Tamagotchi. Now these days, people are freaking out more over Palworld being a Pokemon copycat rather than Digimon, and Nintendo tried to sue the makers of Palworld over patent similarities or something. I bet Bandai and Toei are glad Nintendo never tried to sue them over Digimon. Imagine if that did happen.
Yeah, it's really good. I think originally in this section here,
The first set of shiny stickers go on Greymon's face, similar to the shiny golden stickers Ultraman had. However, Greymon's stickers are smaller, so there's less risk of them coming off like the ones on Ultraman or the Mega Lucario kit I built on Twitch. I forgot some stickers that go on Greymon's jaw, but I put them on later in the video.
and in a supreme act of selfishness, shattered history.
Now I've inserted the eyes into the faceplates that go in the sides of Greymon's head. Even though the character is named Metal Greymon, I'll just call it Greymon for short. Watching this clip again, for some reason I had trouble inserting the faceplates into the head. I guess maybe the holes to lock the faceplates into place were hard to get into or something. Greymon's red hair attaches to the back of its metal helmet, and it can come loose and rotate up and down a little. I guess to allow Greymon to move its head up and down, or to open its jaws. There's a little cannon inside Greymon's mouth, so the manufacturer had to accommodate Greymon posing with its mouth wide open to make the cannon visible. So just be careful not to accidentally dislodge the back of the helmet when adjusting the head or trying to open the jaws. For some reason, Greymon's gums are a shiny, transparent red part, and it almost looks like lipstick a bit.
I thought this is gonna, the audience is just gonna be like so excited this time because it has to end on a high note. There you go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was unbelievable. I know what it is emotionally high. Even though all that.
Next, I'm applying stickers onto a horn that'll go on Greymon's nose, and once again, I'm applying the stickers onto the piece before I cut it out. With Ultraman, I put the stickers on after I cut the parts out, but I suppose for this model kit, I wanted to see what it's like putting on the stickers before cutting the parts out. Again, I'm not sure it makes any difference. I don't remember if I ever saw Metal Greymon on Digimon. I only saw a few episodes of the first season and maybe one or two of the 02 season. I didn't know what an impact the anime had on people until I started finding tons of Digimon fan art and DeviantArt alongside all the Pokemon fan art. I can actually thank Pokemon and Digimon fan art for leading me to discover the furry fandom.
Pikachu, aim for the horn! Now I'm doing the horns that go on the sides of Greymon's head. These stickers are dark gray, so they break up the brown color of the horns. I think these are the only parts of Greymon that are actually gray, aside from the silver machine parts. The only other Pokemon anime ripoff I saw as a kid were a few episodes of Monster Rancher. I barely remember that show, but I thought it was kind of funny reading about some of the edits that are made between the Japanese and English versions of the show. The English version edited out the hair monster using a fart attack that was in the Japanese version. Digimon, however, had episodes showing some Digimon defecating, but they were pink cartoony swirls of crap. I wonder why one form of toilet humor is censored while another form of toilet humor, where you see actual crap, is okay. There we are. Head is complete.
Next up is Greymon's tail. I started out with the tail tip and then worked my way up. This model kit comes with 2 long wires, and one of these wires is meant to act like a spine for the tail. You loop the wire into the tail tip, and then you put all the other tail segments onto the wire, and it allows you to bend and pose the tail. There was one time I looked up Agumon's evolutions, and I wasn't aware how complicated Digimon evolutions can get with multiple branches going all over the place. The store where I got this model kit had some other Digimon kits, including another Greymon evolution named Shine Greymon. But if I saw that character without knowing its name, I would have never guessed it's yet another Greymon evolution. So that's another reason why getting this kit appealed to me, because even though I've never seen Metal Greymon in the anime, I can still at least recognize that this is a Greymon. Oh, I forgot. One more piece. C17. I guess I'll just show myself cutting it out. Up here. Oops, I forgot to cut this one part out, so I quickly did that and added that to the tail. This will be the part of the tail that attaches into Greymon's butt. A very important piece. There we go. Now we got a tail. Next, I'm going to do Greymon's non-mechanical arm, starting with this tiny hand and finger claws. It's kind of funny that Agumon proportionally has really thick forearms and stubby fingers with giant finger claws, but Metal Greymon's hand is pretty dinky, like how real T-Rexes have tiny hands. The hand also looks pretty odd. It's not like 2 fingers and a thumb. It's more like 3 symmetrical fingers and a Y pattern. It kind of reminds me of those mechanical claws you see in claw games. Greymon does get a pretty buff right arm with a chiseled bicep and deltoid, but this arm is nothing compared to the mechanical arms I'll be building in a bit. To top it all off, some screw stickers go on top of Greymon's shoulder. That's gotta hurt. Having bolts screw-drived into your shoulder, like did something happen to Greymon's organic arm when evolving and it had to be screw-drived back into place? Then we got the hand claw. Hopefully I put this on the right way. Now I'm building missiles that Greymon can shoot from its chest. The official name for this missile attack is the Giga Destroyer. I'm reminded of a joke comic that artist In the Machine did on DeviantArt years ago. What's the difference between Pokemon and Digimon? A Pokemon is just taking a real animal and coloring it different and exaggerating a few features, and a Digimon is taking a real animal, screw the process Pokemon does designing its characters, and just put as many guns, knives, and missiles on a creature as possible. There we go. That was easy. Metal Greymon, true to its name, has a Winter Soldier-like robot arm that I'll be building next. I don't know if In the Machine is still on DeviantArt, but if they were, I wonder what they'd say about Pal World. There we go. I guess that's a shoulder joint. Stickers. Once again, I apply some shiny stickers onto some pieces before I cut them out. Many of these stickers are applied to the cyborg parts of Greymon, like the metallic face plates, the robot arm, and Greymon's cyborg chest missile launchers. There we go. All shiny. Next, I put together all these mechanical pieces to build up this robot arm. You'll see in a few moments when I started putting together the metal hand, I thought the claws were supposed to stay together as one piece, and they wouldn't fit when I tried inserting them into the hand part. I was afraid of cutting pieces that I thought were supposed to stay together. I then realized the claws are supposed to be separated, and putting them in individually allows you to move each claw up and down and make different poses. The box calls these Wolverine claws the Trident arm, if you want to know the official name. Metal Greymon is a fan of the movie Edward Scissorhands, I guess. Use these claws to scratch unfriendly Digimon that are attacking, or as tools to slice and dice vegetables in the kitchen. There's an interesting fan art idea. The top and bottom of the mechanical hand also have some yellow reflective parts that match the yellow stickers that go on the robot arm's bicep, and it looks pretty nice having all these matching glowy parts. Imagine Metal Greymon having all these glowy parts, flashing on and off at a rave or something. Like that. There we are. We have an arm. And now I'm going to construct this alternate weapon that can be swapped out with the mechanical hand. The box calls this second weapon Alterous Mode. This purple central part looks like it didn't have many pieces. However, it did require a lot of stickers, and putting them all on took some time. Back on the subject of Agumon's many evolutions, I once tried drawing a whole chart of them as a joke, but there were so many that I didn't bother drawing all of them, and the enormous Digi-evolution charts you can find on the Digimon subreddit are just flat out ridiculous. I wasn't sure whether the creators of Digimon planned out all these evolutions like Pokemon, or did they just make them up as they went along. That's probably more likely given how many branch evolutions there are. I wonder why Greymon is named Greymon when it isn't even gray. I googled this question, and the Digimon wiki says gray is meant to like a descriptor, like old or ancient, like this Digimon is a grown-up, older version of Agumon. And the Digimon Reddit suggests it could be a corruption of Greatmon. Well, not every Digimon can have an interesting name. Check out this kitty cat Digimon. We're going to name it, what's a good name for a cat Digimon? How about we use the Spanish word for cat and call it Gatomon? Not all that imaginative. It'd be as dumb as making a flamingo Pokemon, and it looks just like a plain flamingo. And for its name, we just take one letter out of the word flamingo and call it Flamigo. So it's like amigo from Spanish combined with flamingo and... Oh, wait, they actually did do that. Never mind. While I was working on this pincher weapon, our dog Scamp came into my room, and I'll slow the video down so you can hear my reaction to him. Scamp doesn't actually appear on camera, though, so you won't see his cute face. Whatever he was doing, it happens out of frame.
Hey, Scamp. Okay. Scamp? No. Scamp?
I don't remember what Scamp did to get in trouble. Based on the sound, maybe he bumped into something or knocked something over, or maybe he got too close to the camera stand. I don't know. Anyway, here I am assembling this pincher thing and putting stickers on it.
Here we are. For this next step, we get some wire, and they just barely give you enough for this part. So, what I'm supposed to do is bend the wire in the middle. This. And then, okay, hopefully
You're given another long wire for these arm weapons, but you have to cut it in two, and the instructions show you how long each wire segment has to be. I had to be very careful measuring out where to cut.
There we go. There's another thing that can go on this end.
You get to construct a second mechanical arm, so you can customize Greymon and have two robot arms filled with weapons. Yeah, I'd trust a 12-year-old Digidestined to boss around a walking W&D dinosaur like this. While this model kit allows you to give Greymon two robot arms, it only gives you one regular right arm. It doesn't come with a matching left arm in case for whatever reason you want Metal Greymon to fight with its bare hands. Although if you want that, you might as well just stick to a regular Greymon without the mechanical enhancements. Here I show off the shoulder of the right mechanical arm and finish building the rest of it and applying more of these yellow stickers. I also stick in one of the red wire parts, and I have to make sure it's the right length so it fits. I mark the wire with a black marker to see where to cut.
Here. There we go. There we are. How's that look?
Now we take the remaining wire and put it into a smaller mechanical claw. These mechanical arms have a lot of customization. One attachment for these pinchers allows you to put it into the robot arm, and this other attachment lets you connect a 3-finger claw on the other side of the pinchers. So let's see. Metal Greymon can have a large arm with giant knives on one hand, another large arm with giant pinchers and a 3-finger claw. Its chest can open up to shoot missiles, and there's also a hidden cannon in the mouth. You gotta give credit to the Digimon design philosophy of taking an animal and then just shoving as many knives, guns, and missiles on it as possible. They just took a T-Rex and just made it even cooler. Yeah. So thank you very much, creators of Digimon, for making really awesome monsters like this.
There we go.
If you're doing the double-ended pincher and claw weapon, there's another custom part you can attach this to. The purple center part has 2 gold discs in the middle that can be removed. You only need to remove one, but there's 2 of them to allow this piece to go on either the left or right arm. You then insert this little arm stub of a part into where the gold disc used to be, and then you can attach this arm stub into either mechanical shoulder part. I'll insert a photo here to show what the pincher claw weapon looks like when it's attached to this arm stub part. This is what it looks like. With all the customization these arms can have, it's too bad they didn't include a normal left arm in case someone wanted a Metal Greymon with 2 normal arms for whatever reason. Next, I started constructing Greymon's feet. Sorry, Metal Greymon doesn't come with customizable legs also. Just to get this done faster, I constructed both of Greymon's legs at the same time. I've done this before with my Mega Man X model kits, building both arms or both legs at the same time. The first part that's built is a black ball socket joint for the ankle.
There we go.
Now I put on the other half of the foot to enclose these ankle joints. The bottoms of the heels have what look like jet exhausts, as if Metal Greymon has rocket feet. However, looking up artwork and screen caps of Metal Greymon, in the cartoon it does not have these black ankle joints and doesn't have rocket feet. If I hadn't looked up pictures of Metal Greymon from the anime, I would have assumed this is how Metal Greymon actually looks. I'm assuming these changes are model kit only designs. The so-called rockets on the heels are probably just supports to help Metal Greymon stand, and since Metal Greymon is a cyborg, I suppose the model kit designers thought that these heel stands and the visible ankle joint could be justified if they were made to look like machine parts. It is kind of clever, I have to admit.
The last touch to add is inserting all of the toe claws.
There we go.
Now I'll do the lower part of the legs, and I have to compliment the texturing of the kit. The Mega Man, Riolu, and Lucario and Ultraman model kits all have pretty smooth surfaces on their figurines, but if you look really closely at Greymon's orange skin, you can make out little veins on his legs and bits of texturing where you can make out scales. It gives Metal Greymon just an extra bit of grittiness when you compare it to these other model kits I've made. And of course, all the detail work on the machine parts all over Greymon's body also looks superb. I imagine the anime has to simplify many of these mechanical details in animation, but in kit form, it looks really cool with all this extra detail. I tried drawing Metal Greymon on a Twitch stream once using this model kit as a reference, and trying to draw all the details on the machine parts was pretty difficult. I'm too used to drawing soft, round guinea pigs and other furry characters.
There we go. Got some legs.
And now we do the upper legs, and these leg pieces are split apart in order to fit having these blue stripes in the middle of them. I'm very glad these blue stripes are actual parts in the kit, and not just big blue stickers that go over the legs. Most of Greymon's stickers are very small, and are used for things that light up or are supposed to look reflective. This is the opposite of the Mega Lucario kit I built on Twitch in June 2025. That kit felt like it overused stickers up the wazoo, mostly for the black parts of Mega Lucario's body, while regular Lucario had black and blue parts for its face and only used stickers for like the eyes and paw pads, just using fewer stickers altogether. Funnily enough, both Pokemon and Digimon model kits are both made by the same company, Bandai. Though I suppose these model kits are aimed at different age groups, the Pokemon ones are probably aimed at kids and aren't as complicated, while the Digimon ones are much edgier and have more detailed looking characters and are probably aimed at an older demographic.
Oops.
The last major part I'm doing is Greymon's torso. This is the front of its torso, which just consists of some blue stripes and some mechanical parts that go around its body. Again, these machine parts are very detailed, and you can make out a few scales on Greymon's skin. This is not as cuddly looking as the Riolu Lucario model kits I made. Even Mega Lucario doesn't have this amount of detail. The model kit has a short character profile of Metal Greymon on both the box and the instruction manual, in case anyone buying this doesn't know who this character is supposed to be. Regular Greymon Digi-evolves into its ultimate form, Metal Greymon, when his Digi-destined Tai demonstrated bravery during a battle or something like that. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that episode. The instruction booklet and box don't even say which episode Metal Greymon appears in, so I'd have to look at a fan wiki if I wanted to know. Next I did these back parts, and so far the torso was pretty easy to put together. Just another blue stripe part, and then this large mechanical part that goes on Greymon's back that has holes for its wings.
Okay, hopefully there's not any other. Ooh! That was a good snapping sound.
I continue constructing this metal spine where the wings come out, and then I start building Greymon's chest missile launcher and the collar where its head will go. After seeing a few episodes of Digimon in the late 90s and early 2000s, I didn't really interact with the series again until I started looking up fan art on DeviantArt years later. When I was in art college, I saw this Digimon Tamers manga in the school library, and I didn't know how the show had changed after the earliest seasons, so I read this manga out of curiosity, and it was my first introduction to newer Digimon like Guilemon and Renamon. It was kind of jarring when I looked up actual episodes of the Digimon Tamers anime and heard the dubbed voice for Guilemon. Like, I know Guilemon is not supposed to be the brightest bulb of the bunch, but I assumed that was just him being naive. I think they overdid his voice sounding, I'll just say, making him sound too irritating, to be polite. I remember one time reading that one of the writers of the anime wanted to do a Digimon versus Cancel Culture story. I'm not sure how to tell a story like that, but I am kind of curious to see it because it'd probably be batshit wacky. You know, Agumon gets canceled for some 10-year-old tweet he doesn't remember making.
I'll see what the little stinker is up to on my super video effecto set.
Forgot some stickers. Go right there.
I guess I saw there were some stickers left over that I hadn't used, so I flipped through the instruction manual and found I had forgotten to put some stickers on the jaw. These ones were red instead of yellow.
There we go. Red circles.
The last torso pieces to put on are these chest coverings that go over the Giga Destroyer missile launchers. There are a few more stickers to put on, and you'll probably notice when I have to put a small sticker into a tiny spot like these jaw stickers or these chest stickers, I'll use the model cutter and very carefully use the tips of the cutter to push the stickers in, trying my best not to damage the kit or cut anything. It's an interesting unintended use for one of my tools here.
There we go. It's like he has nipple lights or something. Look at that. Oh, and there's something that goes here too. Goes like that. That's just a stand if, you know, I'm going to connect it to like some sort of model stand. But
I insert the neck into the collar, and then I fully assemble Metal Greymon's body, and I hold off the wings for last.
there we go. Now we have to do the wings. So. There we go. We have a choice. Either a secondary weapon, like this. Oh, kind of heavy. Or you can switch it out. For this. Regular arm. So one more thing. Still got to do the wings.
There's 6 of these wing holders to build, and I lay them all in a row and easily put each of them together. I think I skipped showing myself taking the wings out of the plastic sheet because it'd be too long and boring. It was challenging to fit each of these wings into these purple pieces, making sure they're hooked up in the right spots of the bottom part, and then I put the top part on to seal the wing into the piece. Since I haven't seen Metal Greymon in the anime, I don't know if they actually can fly or if these wings are just for show.
Okay.
Finally, I do the 5 remaining wings. When the kit is completed, Metal Greymon has a lot of leftover parts that are unused, and I don't know why. The Mega Man kits will sometimes have a few leftovers, but Greymon comes with a large tray of unused parts. I wish these could have been used to make even more weapons. I'm really glad with how this kit came out, and it was nice for a change to build another figurine that wasn't a Mega Man character. Speaking of Mega Man, the next 2 kit videos I'll be posting are X's first armor from the first Mega Man X game, and Classic Mega Man from Mega Man 11. Thank you for watching, and for any new model kits I build, they'll be streamed on my Twitch at twitch.tv/GuineaPigDan. Bye, everybody, and see you next video.
There. He is done at last. Look at that. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. GuineaPigDan, out.